Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the podium, please, the Junior Women's Epee finalists and their referees.
Welcome back. Time for our second final of the afternoon, the penultimate final of the junior individual competition, and it is the junior women's epee individual. Julia Karan of England, Taniksha Khatri of India, and it's an epee final, so that can mean only one thing. Dave Baker is back in the commentary.
Lovely to be back, Rob. Where else would I be?
Where else would you be on a fine, warm day in East London? I heard a rumour it's Sunday, but that's not been confirmed.
Oh, if someone wants to turn the heat down, that'd be nice. It's pretty sweaty here.
Right, Julia Karan on our left. She's come through, first seed out of the pools. She'd come through. We were talking about this before. She looked reasonably untroubled for parts of the day, and really it's that long, this sort of long, extending lunge that she's had, and no one's really had an answer for it yet today. And we were wondering about what sort of thing does Khatri have? What tools in her box does she have that might take this off of Karan?
Yeah, you're right, Rob. We've seen a fair amount of Karan today, and it's very strong, very powerful lunge, very accurate. Has been very dominant there. You're really going to have to see something disruptive there. You're going to have to be ready for it. You're going to use your feet, use your feet, use the piste. Hasn't really seen that much pressing. And then a bunch of counter time to really break it up. She can't just do this on Karan's tempo. I think you're just going to get beaten by the accuracy of that lunge. But yeah, what I've seen of Khatri as well, very compact, good control, good footwork.
Maybe triggers, launches her attack. Karan equal to it with the parry, scores over the top.
Yeah, very high hand. Generally, great way to place that riposte onto the arm. I think we're going to see a lot of that in this final. Been very effective today.
We watched Karan in the quarterfinal where she took on Jessie Yan of New Zealand. Hey, Khatri. Okay, so this is interesting. We watched the semi-final against Rachel Lever, and in that semi-final, Lever, for large parts of the match, was looking to interrupt the lunge of Karan, looking to hit it on preparation. And it just was not happening for her. And then at 13-10 down, she switched. And rather than interrupting it, she tried to draw it out, hitting over the top with counterattacks, hitting with parry riposte. And we saw that just then from Khatri in her first point.
Yeah, I think that they will have seen a lot of this fencing today, and that's going to have to be the approach. You've got to do something about it. Just try and break it up, try and draw that arm back, if possible. And again, maybe a bit more attacks into preparation or creativity from the Indian camp.
And there's the lunge. It's a double. Khatri maybe feeling like she's running out of room, doesn't want to skip back, doesn't want to risk going off the back.
Yeah, maybe see a bit of playing with the distance as well. So maybe shorten up that distance. It was really a bit more of a half lunge or a sort of step in there from Karan. So rather than that long lunge, which has been so dangerous through the day, might be a way to counter that clear strength.
And it's actually exactly what happens. Khatri steps in close. Karan can't commit to the full deep lunge. Much easier for Khatri to deal with. She doesn't land the first, but she's in position to land the second.
Lots of control as well, keeps that opposition, doesn't let her free the blade, and in the end finds the riposte. It's a very nice touch. You only need to plant that hesitation in there. It can't just be a gimme hit. Misses the riposte. I think she had the timing there too. Saw the long lunge coming, actually did find the blade, but rather than opposition, let go, misses the riposte. Very simple remise for Karan.
Whoa, Khatri in deep. You talked about hesitation. You talked about creating doubt. Is that what we saw there?
Yeah, very nice, very nice. Again, just a little mistake. Slightly overextend.
Oh, in again.
It's finding the timing there nicely. I haven't seen Karan caught flat-footed all day. This is very interesting. That's very, very good fencing.
And again, surely not 3 in a row.
Well, she's gonna have to change pretty quickly here. Getting caught in the middle there 3 times on preparation. That's very difficult. Very impressive fencing by Katri.
Oh!
Yeah. This time, actually, I thought it was a huge improvement there by Caron. So drew that attack in the preparation. She was ready. She got the parry. Couldn't make the riposte. Gets pretty lucky there with the remise. But they're adapting. They're learning.
Caron just not been able to get that attack going. And again, she's in close.
Yeah, I don't think this distance is not working for Caron. This is brilliant for Katri. Really closing that distance, really getting inside. This is a dream scenario for Katri. Really feels like she's in control of this match at this close distance.
She's closed up the distance, denying Caron the opportunity to go for this big lunge that's been her keystone throughout the day.
I think as well quite effectively sort of preempted that lunge as well. So seen when that big attack's come in, she's actually managed to get out of the way as well, found the parry a couple of times. It's very clever fencing. Very clever fencing against a very dominant fencer for today, and probably the favourite for the final.
Tanisha Katri then, 8-4 she leads. We've not been hanging around in this final. It's been clear, decisive fencing led by this Indian fencer.
Yeah, fencing superbly, and against yeah, I'd say probably the favourite, and certainly has been. I don't think she's been behind all day. I think this is the first time I've seen her not in the lead, and with an exceptional attack that never seems to miss. Has played a really interesting disruptive game here. Got inside that, plenty of preparation attacks, 3 in a row really in the middle there, against a fencer that I don't think's made too many mistakes today. So it's very impressive. Very impressive. I guess we'll see what the coaches have to say and what's going to change after the break.
So Tanisha Katri, 8-4 she leads in this final against Julia Caron of England. What change are we going to see from Julia Caron coming into this second period of 3 minutes? She has not been able to set up her distance. She has been denied space by Katri. What is her answer going into this second period of 3 minutes?
I think you got to slow it down. There's no point rushing in here. You don't need to force the hits. You've got a lot of time. You've got 6 minutes left. 4 touches isn't really that many.
Okay.
So that's better. I think it's more composed. That's at your distance. That's how you want to score touches. It's a much better set-up hit. If you're not happy with it, not happy with the distance, then step back. Try and open it up. I don't think we're seeing too much pressing from Katri either.
Katri just hanging back now, inviting Caron forwards. Is it a risk?
That's good. That's good and didn't overcommit either.
Oh, the beat lunge from Katri. She springs in.
Yeah, just saying didn't overcommit, but then obviously misses the attack, leaves herself open a bit flat-footed. Should have got out of the way. Great anticipation there by Katri. Took advantage of perhaps hanging around too long post-attack.
She goes in again. This time, Caron is ready to deal with it. Doubles out. Oh, a moment in time, everything seemed to freeze. Katri lunged, stuck. Caron defended the first. We then all paused, and Katri in again with the remise.
Yeah, it's interesting because I think the attack's good. Even though the attack falls short, there's no real risk there. But then if I was coaching, I'd say then get out of the way, restart, start again. That's better.
Interesting this time from Caron. Hits on the preparation of Katri as Katri's looking to set up the attack of her own. Oh, again, she's in with the remise. Caron, she successfully defends it, but it doesn't look like she's ready for it. She's certainly not ready for the remise.
No, I think she had more time with that riposte there. Just caught a little flat-footed in the middle of the piece. Seen a few of those. And also, yeah, very nice hit to the hand. But I think it's actually, rather than it being a mistake from Caron, I think it's really, it's fantastic fencing from Katri to really take advantage of that. Very nimble on her feet. And that remise has been very successful through this match. Caron hasn't really had an answer to it until then, and that's a fantastic parry riposte. Anticipated the remise. 6 riposte, that's excellent fencing. That's very good. There's still life in this match yet, Rob.
Caron pressing. Slow it down, says Dave Baker. And it's a double.
Nearly got away with that, I think, but double's not enough. Still lots of time left. No risk of P cards. But if you're the English fencer, you don't have that many hits to play with, so I think you probably want to go back to your strengths and try and get some single lights with direct attacks to the hand, maybe try and set up something into preparation. But use the clock. No point rushing this.
Oh, beautiful from Caron. Where has that been all match?
Exceptional parry riposte. And again, probably knew that remise was going to come quick, so kept the blade. High hand. No risk of getting hit with a remise to the hand. Very nice riposte.
Now then, is this going to get Julia Caron started? She's more aggressive now in her setup. She's provoking, looking to get a response. And again, she is piling the pressure onto Katri.
That's great fencing. So Katri closes the distance, makes that riposte hard, changes the line, keeps the hand soft, places the point. It's a very, very nice second riposte there. Very, very good fencing. The tempo's just up a bit. Oh! Just caught on the prep. I was saying the tempo's just upped a little bit. Felt like the momentum was swinging, but that's a great answer back. Lovely hit to the wrist.
Katri within 1 now. Final 7 seconds. And there's going to be no heroics in this at the end of this second period.
Can't stop. Can't stop fencing. Can't stop fencing. So the referee will give you a card.
It's a yellow card?
Yellow card, yeah.
A full yellow card as well?
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that is a full yellow card for the referee has asked you to fence and you didn't fence.
So, Julia Caron suddenly maybe has come alive at the end of that second period. Aggression she piled on. And Katri, couple of mistakes. The first time really we've seen her attacking when she doesn't want to. But then she finds a single light. Has Julia Caron left herself with too much to do and too little points to play with? Yeah, I think this is going to be very tricky. Again, lots of time. You've got to set it up. I really thought that there was a real turning point in that match. At sort of 12-13, all the momentum, all the pressure was from Caron. I thought that was really going to be the next step. The next hit was going to be that equalizer. And it's just very cruel to get caught on your preparation there. But I mean, lovely touch from Katri. I think Katri's got one of them, one more of those in her. I think she's fencing superbly through this final. So what are we going to see from Caron? We're going to see that aggressive press. It's high risk, but she needs to do this at this stage. Absolutely, and keep the distance as well. Especially know that Katri's got that excellent, fast, either lunge or step or flesh into your preparation. So keep the distance, attack from distance. But you're going to need 2 single lights to level it up. Insisting is Caron. The distance is closed up. Is she in danger? Very close now. Oh! Yeah. Good. Within 1. Yeah, plenty of power there too. Really shocked Katri and then instant remise. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. She needs one more to level it up. Katri looking to press in, trying to close that distance down, take that long lounge out of the game. And that's the right move too, if I
was in the Indian camp. Really close that distance down.
It didn't land! It did! 14 all!
Wow.
Khatri, you thought it was going to go through. You thought it was going to be a green light.
Wow. That takes some serious guts to back yourself to drawing the attack, back yourself to parry and a premier riposte.
Here we are then, level. For the first time, we're in Caron's half of the piece. Who does this favour? Oh! Khatri! She gets the moment. She misses. Julia Caron onto the arm.
Wow, stunning. Absolutely stunning. 3 attacks in a row from Khatri. 3 single lights to Caron. Critical shift in momentum at exactly the right time.
We thought she might have lost it. She brought it back to 12-13, and then Khatri found a touch to go to 14.
Oh, wow. I mean, every point, Khatri had enough. Found those points, got those lights. Except at the end, right where it counted.
Julia Caron just found something at the end.
That's, yeah, absolutely stunning. And I got to say that to win on 3 touches probably isn't sort of the strength I've seen today. So having to react to a faster fencer, getting in, you know, you're the taller fencer, so someone's going to close the distance against you, to find a couple of great counterattacks and a couple of great parry ripostes, really change up your fencing style that's done you so well through the day. Deserve a champion.
Dave Baker, always get the drama with you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hey, pleasure. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. We're back again. And we are not waiting around. We are back out with our last final of the day, our last final of the junior individual championships, and it is the junior men's foil. It is an all-Scottish affair, and I am joined in the commentary box by Ewan Deemer. Ewan, welcome back.
Thank you so much for having me once again.
It is a pleasure to have you back up here in the rafters in the commentary box. So, all Scotland, gold and silver lockout. All we have to work out now is which way around it's going to be.
Yeah, exactly. I think from the fencing that I've seen so far today, it wasn't always guaranteed that it was going to be these two to be in the final. It's been really, really interesting matches up. I think Cook had... who did he have?
Cook had Williams in the semi-final. Penman had Stenbeck-Schiavo in his semi-final.
Yeah, so any of those people could have been in the final here today. So that just goes to show the quality and strength and depth both in the Scottish team but also in the English team as well. So I think Cook had a really, really good fight against Williams. He looked very composed throughout the whole match. And didn't really look too worried at any point, really. And similar situation to Penman and Dario Stenbeck-Schiavo, both fencing really well. I think I refereed Penman in the pool.
And both of these two already medalists, silver medalists in the senior team event. Both still cadets. Penman, the younger of the two, he's still a cadet for another year. Also both clubmates.
Yes, another interesting dynamic actually. You know, obviously these two fencers know each other very, very well. So it'd be interesting to see how they change their styles compared to when they train against each other.
In.
Yep, parry riposte there from Cook misses, and Penman's able to remise. Really nice touch there. But both fencers fence fairly similar. They very active with their footwork, active with the blade work.
You can see there, Cook taking the counter riposte almost before Penman has made the riposte. He's there ready for it. He knows it's coming. He knows Callum Penman so well.
That's it. And you know, even when they're not trained together, they'll be fencing each other in competitions. You know, how often do we see these two fencing each other?
And level 2 apiece. It's going to be this way all the way, isn't it?
It is. It is. Fine margins, as we say every single time. You know, fence is fence, but really nice distance there from Cook.
Both go in. Maskwire into orbit from Callum Penman.
I think it's still in orbit, actually. In fact,
I think it's gone. It left the arena so fast. I don't think anyone has noticed that it's not there. Yeah, it left. Pretty sure that Maskwire is currently on its way to the International Space Station. We ain't getting that back.
no, I don't think so. I think if you were to examine all of the rafters up at the sports dock, you'll find multiple head wires.
A few people pointing, they reckon they found it.
I'm not sure.
Need to get a big stick out.
Yeah, I'm not sure Cook can reach that from where he is.
Here we go then. Good as new. It is actually new, I suppose. Maskwire for Penman.
Oh, true.
With the riposte, and you can see they're both so confident taking those delayed ripostes.
Absolutely. I think Penman is very, very good at that. He looks fairly chill, but when he switches on, he switches on. He's got a bag of tricks as well. You know, he's similar to Keith, their coach. Both of them are able to pull out insane flicks, you know, round the back riposte in close quarters, and have that real acceleration. Neither fence is particularly tall, but they use that to their advantage.
Oh, deft from Jamie Cook.
It's the second time he's done that actually in the bout. He's been able to identify that distance where he's able to hit without being hit and sort of run away. So very nice.
Building now. Penman looking to just invite a mistake. He's looking for the counter-attack from Cook. Decides better of it. Backs himself on defence. Oh, Callum Penman, how close was that?
We're talking about margins. I think Penman's trying to do something similar back to Cook. But once again, Cook has that judge of distance, actually. And he's able to evade the counter-attack, in fact, and finish his attack. So as Cook was pressing, he was able to move his body just out of the way enough to reprise to the right there. Yeah.
Both pause. And in a couple of times now we've seen it, maybe two, maybe three, where on that moment where they both stop, it's Jamie who's winning the exchange. That one a full reprise. There were other ones before, just a lunge. Nice finish from Penman.
Yeah, absolutely. We talk about the middle quite a lot, in Sabre particularly, but I feel like even more so in foil, it's becoming more of a thing. Winning that middle, those 50-50 decisions, if you can make most of them yours, that can really change the dynamic of the fight. And that's exactly what Cook is doing. You know, like you said, both fences are stepping in, but he's just got the intention, he's got the acceleration to get off the line and get that reprise and hit first.
This time Cook, he knows where Penman likes to finish.
Absolutely. It's certainly not the first time that Penman's finished under the arm. So yeah, really nice, mature touch from Cook there. Hit block.
Five-hit lead then. Cook holds over teammate, clubmate, Callum Penman. And again, Jamie Cook skips in with the counter-attack.
Yeah, I feel like Penman's been a little bit passive. In his previous fight, he was a lot more direct and accelerating a bit more. Perhaps maybe because he's aware of what Cook can do in defence, but I feel like he needs to speed up his attack a little bit more, have a bit more aggression, and then he'll start to see his flicks landing, his attacks going through, and suddenly Cook's counter-attacks won't be at the right distance. perhaps he's being a little bit too patient at the moment.
Can we get someone to bring down some water?
So then. And it's surely, again, it's like you said, Ewan, the middle of the piece, that first exchange.
Absolutely. And if we were to get rid of the middle points in this fight, it would be a fairly equal affair, right? But like we said, these are the differences between the two fences.
Cook looks for the drive-by attack, misses. Penman feels like his first in a little while.
Yeah, it's a scale between not rushing it too much, but also committing to your attack. And I feel like maybe that was at the other end in terms of rushing it a bit too much. We'll see if Penman can force the attack through.
And Penman on his attack, he's really having to work hard now. He's so aware of the threat that the counter-attack of Jamie Cook poses that he's now having to finish short, he's now having to finish more direct, and that will play, oh, again with the counter-attack.
Yeah, it was a smart touch there from Cook, actually. So he invited the pressure onto the shoulder. He sort of moved his body in a way to say, go on, give it a go. And as soon as he hit, he blocked out the other way and closed the door on Penman. Ooh.
This time, Penman able to score. Cook in close, spoiling, trying to ruin the party for Penman, but he's unable to.
Penman's very good at the round the back touches, in fighting. That is his bread and butter, that point.
We're in close. He misses under the arm. Whoa!
And this is what the crowd love to see, is these infighting alternative touches as opposed to just pressing and being patient.
Penman goes to flick under his own arm. Scottish foilists putting on a show for the crowd. Ooh, Penman gets the counter riposte, but he's unable to land it. Cook is just making himself so difficult to hit. And it's the end of the first 3 minutes. 11-5, Penman leads. It's a big round of applause from a big Scottish crowd. Hugely popular, both of these two, amongst the Scottish team.
Absolutely. I feel Penman has to rely on his defence a bit more in this second period. Cook is very, very happy just to sit back and counter-attack. But unfortunately, the scoreboard is against Penman. So when Penman invites that pressure, he's able to get his parry post on, particularly around the back, and doing his little trick shots. And I feel like that's his route out of this fight. If he were to rush his attacks, they were having less of an effect sort of towards the start of the fight. So if I was Penman right now, I would sit back, try and weather the storm, and sort of invite that pressure onto himself. Perhaps in the middle, if you take a step back, then it completely negates the reprise of the attack from Cook. So if I was Penman, that would be certainly the first things that I'd be doing, taking that step back initially and inviting that pressure from Cook.
Here we are then, into the second period. 11-5, Cook leads in an all-Scotland lineup in this men's foil final. Launches through, does Keith Cook, maybe anticipating that Penman's going to want to be more defensive.
Yeah, there's that acceleration, isn't there? Perhaps taking advantage of the minutes break. Maybe a little bit slower at the blocks from Penman.
Penman cannot believe it. Flicks the elbow of Cook.
Penman really likes that finish as he feints up high and then he finishes sort of down low, flick the body.
Cook now building. Happy to ease off. He backs his defence, and why wouldn't he? It's been so strong for him this match. The point is just there. Penman cannot get away.
Yeah, it almost seems a bit inevitable when Penman's pressing on the attack. He's just not quite able to finish the attack. Unfortunate on that occasion where it sort of got trapped underneath Jamie's arm there, but yeah, he needs to start really thinking about how he can dig himself out of this hole and see if he can wrestle back control over the fight.
Oh, there's the finish
There we
under
are.
the arm.
Yeah, he's been doing that all day actually. The feint high, finish the body. But is it too little too late is the question.
Jamie Cook finishes, pins Callum Penman almost on the floor.
That's just pure pressure, isn't it? Pure pressure.
In they go.
A little bit fortunate there from Penman. Jamie found the parry post there.
I've called him Keith as well. Jamie Cook looking to finish. He'll want to finish this well, won't he, Jamie Cook?
Yeah, he'll see if he can pull out a trick shot or two.
It's going to be a big attack or a huge parry. He sets up the line. Counter-attacks have been the order of the day on defense for Jamie Cook. Skips away. Penman, the line is out.
Ooh, lovely attack there from Penman.
Feint high, feint under the arm, and then finish to body.
There's that little bit of deception. I feel like perhaps he doesn't do that as much in training, but you know, when he was a bit more direct, that was when Jamie was able to leap in with the counter or hit and run away. But with a bit more deception, Penman's been able to finish a few more of his attacks.
Bit of drama here. I think, has Jamie lost his zip?
Yes, his zips come off of his lame.
Quick changeover. Of course, he could wear his dad's lame. No one would know.
Similar size.
A quick change for Jamie Cook. Callum Penman looking up to the rafters. His mask wire is up there somewhere.
Yeah, he was thinking about all of the memories he's got with that mask wire.
Six hits the lead now. Jamie Cook. He needs one to complete this final and be crowned junior Commonwealth champion.
That lame change has come at a bit of an unfortunate time for Penman there, actually. He's been able to get a few touches in a row.
Over the top, misses Jamie Cook. Junior individual men's foil champion, triumphing over his teammate and clubmate Callum Penman. 8-15 the final score.
There we are, look at their smiles. Big grin from both of them.
A dominant display in the end, really, from Jamie Cook. Ewan.
Yeah, bittersweet from Penman. Obviously unfortunate to lose the final, but the way that he's been fencing today should, keep his head high. Both fences have looked, really, really good so far. I think they're both competing in the cadet as well. So it'd be interesting to see how that dynamic will work out as well. Potentially they may be in the final again. Certainly the way they're both fencing, really, really good from both fencers.
Okay, and we will now have a short break, and then you will be able to see the podium being set up, and we will have the conclusion of the junior individual foil competitions. We are back tomorrow for the junior team competitions beginning, and then we will also be welcoming the veterans for the first of their events that will all begin tomorrow. Join us then. For now, Ewan, thanks very much for joining us again.
Thank you, as ever.
Podium for the national anthem. Please welcome to the podium the medalists for the Women's Junior Individual Epee Championships. The medals will be presented by Nick Chapman, member of the Dean Directorate Technique for the Commonwealth Fencing Championships 2022. In the bronze medal position, representing England, Imogen Pullman. In the other bronze medal position, representing Scotland, Rachel Lever. In the silver medal position, representing India, Taniksha Khatri. And in the gold medal position, and the 2022 individual women's junior Epee Commonwealth champion, representing England, Julia Caron. Please now will stand if you're able and place the flags for the national anthem of England. If there is a Gary Forreston in the building, please can you make yourself known to DT, please. That's Gary Forreston. Our final medal presentation of the afternoon will be the junior men's foil presentation. Please can all medalists make their way to the red piece end of the finals, please. Thank you. Please welcome to the podium the medalists for the men's junior individual foil championships. The medals will be presented by Lorraine Rose, member of the organising committee of the Commonwealth Fencing Championships 2022. In the bronze medal position, representing England, Darius Schiavo. In the other bronze medal position, also representing England, David Williams. In the silver medal position, representing Scotland, Callum Penman. And in the gold